Hey guys, welcome to my Blender tutorial series, and in this tutorial we'll be going over some properties of edit mode. As you learned in the last tutorial, there are two main modes in Blender. Object mode, where you can interact with objects and select them from the scene collection, and there's edit mode. When you select an object, you can click edit mode, and you can interact with its individual vertices, edges, or faces. In today's tutorial, we'll be going over how to extrude and indent faces, edges, and vertices in Blender. So let's get right into it. So when you open up Blender and you select your starting cube and you hit tab, you should be able to go right into edit mode. In edit mode, you can tap 1, 2, or 3 to toggle between vertices, edges, and faces. We already learned that. But how are we going to extrude an object? When you're extruding an object, all you have to do is select a certain face, tap E, and you move your mouse. So by default, when you tap E and don't pick any vertices, it'll by default pick the vertices perpendicular to your face. But if you want a certain vertices, then you can tap E, and for example, you can do the shift Y vertices, where it goes along the X and Z plane. You can also tap Z and go along the X axis, you can go along the Y axis, or by default, the Z axis. And you can also do this with multiple you can do this with multiple sides, but after a bit it gets kind of confusing, and it's better off you do it one at a time. For example, you can do certain changes like this, where you pick only these three faces and you click extrude and it'll create this shape. You can explore around with the extrude tool, but that's basically what it does in a nutshell. Now, kind of building off of the extrude tool, let's say you want another 4 divisions here, like a smaller square for you to extrude here. Instead of clicking extrude, enter, and then scaling it down and then bringing it up, what you can do instead is tapping I for indent. When you tap I, you don't have to do anything. It'll just scale like a tiny square, and you can make it bigger or smaller along the plane. And when you click, you selected your square, and now you have your dimension. So if you wanted to extrude this part, you'll have a nifty little hole here, and if you wanted to make this go individually, then you can do that. You can really mess around with anything. You could have an indent in here, and you could extrude this in. Just like extruding, you can select multiple faces and indent them, but as you can see, it would really change how things work. So it's better off you do it individually, but if you understand how the indentation system works, then you can do that. That's really it for today's tutorial. It was a short one, but thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.